Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sheepium podcast. I present to you my IRL father, Major Weeb. Dun dun dun. We have filmed a podcast episode before, over 1 year ago. And it went really well. I think it was one of Chad's most favorite, most viewed episodes out of the entire batch of 2 seasons we've recorded so far. So if you guys want to catch up on the Sheepium podcast, please do so on a podcast platform of your choice. Just type in Sheepium podcast and you will find us. Now, I'm done yapping. It's time to hand over the mic to my dad. Are you guys ready for a very cool introduction? Are you ready, Chad? Are you ready? Let's go.
Hello, my name is Redacted. You know me as Major Weeb. I am the father of Kuromiya Lucien. English is a second language and I do not speak it very well, so we are using Lulu's translation and text-to-speech for today again. I get to be a robot again.
Yippee! It's my Redditor dad. Hey.
Lulu and I are very worried about me accidentally revealing her nationality with my accent, so we decided to do our interview this way. I hope this is still enjoyable to everybody listening nonetheless. Why did it
read it that way? Chad, thank you again so much for sending in your questions for my dad. Over the past few months, we have collected plenty of these. It is difficult to set this all up in the same room because we're countries apart, etc. We tried recording this when my dad was visiting and it was a nightmare. So, because my dad doesn't know a lot about VTubing or entertainment industry, even though he has multiple kids in esports and gaming, it is difficult to get tech stuff set up with him. So, Chad, everything has been translated, so I cannot take any new questions for my dad today. But if you guys have any remaining ones at the end of the podcast, feel free to leave them in the comments under the YouTube video or over on the Discord server, and I'll see if I can get you some answers there. Otherwise, we'll see Major Weeb again in a year for all of your old questions. Hey, so before we get started, is there anything you wanted to say? Anything at all?
I want to thank Swag for illustrating my new VTuber model. I don't know how this works and I am not an artist, so thank you for making time and spending so much effort on my art. I am happy Lulu made so many wonderful talented friends through streaming. That is all.
This is so sweet, what the heck? I remember translating all of these, but I know that some of these made me cry. They may make me cry again. Swag, thank you again so much. I really appreciate you. No problem, Major Weeb from Swag. This is so nice, what the heck? Our first question for today comes from Chaos Scouter. And it's, what bands/singers have you seen back in your day? If you haven't been to a concert, who would you like to see and why?
The first concert I went to was a traditional concert in Lulu's home country. I saw some local rock bands when I was younger and they were all rubbish. But it was fun. A good part about concerts is that you go for other fans and getting wasted and having fun even if the band is bad. The memories are still good fun.
I have seen my dad drink a singular lifetime, so this is hard to imagine. It was my graduation. That's it. This is really hard to imagine. Could you imagine your own dad drunk, chat? Could you? Actually, wait. Did you ever watch any of my concerts at all?
I watched one but your show stopped and was stuttering. I liked the cheap song you did, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. I listened to Cavalcade and Redacted, which sounds like an anime opening. That is my favorite at the moment. I think Vital Signs was good. If you perform it live again I will watch it. I saw this one was on a billboard.
It was!
I'm so glad you pursued music. I remember you playing in bad bands with your friends, and you would babysit them and make sure they got home safe when drunk.
This is true. I wasn't allowed to drink because my dad was a scary, muscly guy in the army. If I got caught, I would have been in trouble. This is so cute. What the heck? Yeah, I was on a billboard. Neither Cavalcade nor Redacted are out yet, so chat, Wink Wonk, you keep this one to yourself. Riot. Riot. Riot.
I know we weren't very happy about your wailing in the garage back then, but I am glad you kept practicing and still sing so much. When I learned about Redacted Project, I did not expect that you passed an audition like that. I remember you auditioning for all these bands and groups and getting rejected many times.
So many times.
All your siblings would have given up by then.
That's true. I'm not a quitter. I'm just a coward. Jack Boy says, you were in bands? Little, I was in like a sheep ton of bad metal cover bands when I was younger. They were not good. They were not good. But I do still have CD presses from those.
I am too old for real-life concerts now. I have games to play at home and VTubers to watch.
Hey, it read VTubers correctly this time. This is true. I wanted to take my dad to a concert for a band he liked when he was visiting. And he was like, but I can't. Sitting down sucks and standing up sucks because I'm old, so we didn't go to anything. We listened from the backyard. Bruh. There is a question from Anonymous. What is your favorite VTuber word or term? And I know that I taught my dad some of them. Like, I think I taught you say so. And, the alignment chart. Wait, what else did I talk to my dad about? VTube Studio terms? What the difference between an artist and a rigger is? What is your favorite VTuber word or term?
I like the word sizo. It sounds like a newspaper title.
What the what? What?
Sizo daily.
Say so daily. Next question is from Lawrence. Oh, Chad says resilience is a great thing. For real though. Is he still playing Tarkov? I think so. I think there are a couple of video game questions later on. I think so. I haven't checked this Discord in a hot minute. You know how Discord has that stalker function? Where you can just look at people, what they're doing, what song they're listening to on Spotify. I sometimes check in on my dad that way. But I think recent game he's playing has been something else. Is there something you are super passionate about that you wish you could talk about more? Something perhaps that may not interest chat or maybe other people, but you yourself are really into? And this was asked by Lawrence Nix.
A lot of my interests are apparently TOS for Twitch, which Lulu explained to me but sounds like the term for a locomotive. I am a collector of Ferrari model cars, and I enjoy fishing and hiking, though I have been doing less of it lately because it is winter. When I was Lulu's age, my interest was firearm collecting and shooting for sports at a range. My wife made me give this up when she got older, as she was too interested in them, and she did not want our kids to take on dangerous hobbies.
Yeah, I was a little too interested, and my mom was like, no more, you all cut that out.
Lulu I know talks a lot about me being into weightlifting, and she has not told anyone I used to be in bodybuilding and weightlifting competitions when I was younger.
True.
Unfortunately, we all age and should enjoy our bodies while we can. My daughter was unfortunately also really interested in weightlifting, but was too weak to join me.
Hey, that's not true. That's not true at all. Said I got brand new weights today. By brand new, I mean like from eBay. I'm never quitting on weightlifting. I will lift all of you.
When you were about to move out, I let you lift me and you got me off the ground, but I was worried you would get a hernia and die. I do still give her advice on nutrition and working out. I know it falls on deaf ears most of the times. Who gets scurvy these days?
Nobody will ever let the scurvy thing down. Not chat, not my dad, not my siblings. Nobody will sheep up about it. What is I'm glad my suffering amuses all of you. Bruh.
Fishing is still fun, but it has been harder to get a license renewal. A lot of the waters in our country are not safe to consume from anymore, and catching fish to throw them back is pointless. Life is too short to not grill a fish.
Life is too short to not grill a fish. Who got scurvy? Me. It's 2025 and I had scurvy. It'll be 2040 and people will still remember. Not like this. No. I love fishing. I love fishing too. How? I hate sour foods. They give me tummy aches. The question we got from another anonymous laptop is, do you still play Nikkei?
Yes, and I have not played the real lottery in a long time. I recently got to try Zenless Zone Zero and I am enjoying this game too. Lulu is introducing me to a lot of paid games. I hope they pay her very well for recommending me, especially since I play the lottery in them.
I am usually sponsored to play Hoyo games. I am in their partner program. However, did you guys know that today's sponsor, that's right, this is a segue, of our Sheepium podcast are Turtle Beach and Gamer Subs. You guys want to get a good, reliable keyboard that you can spill an energy drink on and it does absolutely nothing to it? It keeps on working. It keeps on trucking along. Get your own! Get your very, very own Turtle Beach keyboard, mouse, gamepad, and more with code Kuromiya for 10% off. And don't forget to be 10% more awake with Gamer Subs. Use code HOLYSHEEP at checkout to get 10% off, 10% more Gamer Subs per Gamer Subs dollar. Hey, thank you, sponsors. Dad, do you have a favorite character in Zenless yet?
Belle is very cute, she reminds me of your sister. I also like the cat girl, Nekomata, but I don't have her yet. I only played her story quest so far.
No?
I am excited to catch up with Lulu in a couple of days. Laughs, I like the lottery aspect and I like collecting characters.
That's true. My dad was going through that story quest as a speed run. I don't think he knows yet that they are releasing like weekly, like Nikkei does. Weekly, monthly, update wise. Nekomata has a fan. Unreal. I feel like my dad likes a lot of unpopular characters in games. Little not fond of sads. Wait, Maddie, what do you mean? Is that the word for lemon? Currently drink the subs right now. I am. Thank you for enjoying Gamer Subs, chat. Thank you. And thank you, sponsors. Our next question is by Lawrence again. Is there a question you love to answer when asked? This is a short one, but I thought it was very good.
Would you like a Diet Cola? And the answer is always yes.
Would you like a Diet Cola, like right now?
No, you are working. I will get one later.
This is like the closest to a dad joke we've come. Next one's also by Lauren. Sorry for separating your questions. This one was a doozy. I didn't quite know if we wanted to keep this one in, but I thought it was important. Do you feel like the VTuber bubble is popping? With the huge array of VTubers now, it seems like VTubers are now spread thin, and with so many options, it looks like the industry is heading for implosion. Any thoughts?
I am only really a VTuber for fun, so I don't know what this means. Lulu tried to explain this to me, but I don't think I understand. I believe that creative people always find their space. I had many friends in the army that pursued art as a hobby, and many friends whose children became artists and actors, and they always found a way. Even now that technology and the world are changing much faster, there will always be a need and a space for artists.
This is so sweet. This is so sweet. This is true though. We went to a bunch of my dad's like army friends' art exhibitions before. And all of the works have been beautiful. Amen. Right, Dad? There will always be a space for artists. I thought the answer was really good, so I wanted to keep it in today. I know some of these questions are very specific, like VTuber niche stuff, and my dad has no clue. The only time he really uses his model is with me. Either over a voice call or for things like today, for the podcast. So, I don't know if this is the right place to ask, but he has an opinion on most things, so please enjoy. Next question is by AMX. How many potatoes is too many to eat in a single day?
Laughs. How many can you eat?
I think this is a challenge. Next question is by Butler. How have things been? It's good to have you back. This is so sweet.
Good. I got to visit the UK. So bad. Mostly rainy and bad. Good to be home. It's nice to see Lulu's friends again. I am glad she is not so alone. I am happy everyone stayed to watch her show, even though she changes so much every year. Thank you for having me and thank you for continuing to support my daughter.
I think my dad is getting slightly confused with 9 quadrigazillion VTuber models that I have now. It's hard to keep up, I think. Especially if you don't watch every single day. I'm so glad I get little to entertain me. You just need to find your niche. 6, maybe 7. I swear to God, ja. Next question is a little bit longer. This one is from Mikoto. Dear Lulu's dad, how are you? I'm sure dad has had many weird questions that is making Lulu side eye you in hopes that you don't answer them. Perhaps. Anyway, my question is this, because Lulu is bald with an egg-shaped head that jiggles like a bowl full of jello. How did she ever start her own cafe? Are you the actual owner of the cafe? If so, why do you allow Lulu to tie us to the chairs? Send help. Yours truly, Mikoto.
There have been some redacted questions already. I think the last time I embarrassed her too much. I feel censored. Revolt. Rebel.
Next question is by Anonymous. Do you use memory or Excel to check up on the best prices in shops? And my dad actually went on a rant. This is the redacted version because I love censoring him, but the answer was too long. I'm not talking about every single redacted store in my home country. That's brutal.
I later flyers with special offers side by side and remember which order to shop in. I don't mess with groceries. Saving money on food is important.
This is the reduced version. Chat, no further questions about groceries. We're gonna be here next year. You heard it from Major Weeb. Oh, Lonely, welcome in. We're interviewing my dad today. Okay, next one is by Valkyries, our resident tax enforcer. Hello, father of the lotion. Did you pay your sheepy taxes? 169 channel points. This one was rough. This one was rough to explain, and I don't think I even got to.
To Lulu, lotion? Lotion? Did this translate correctly? What are you doing on your show? I don't want to know. What? You charge them taxes? Are they real money? They pay you real money? No? Oh, I will not pay your taxes.
Chad, I think this means my dad wants you to give 5 bifted. I think he wants you to give me real money. You guys don't give Lulu $169 a stream? Allie, you're gifting $169 every stream? I gotta promote you. And the mods. Next question is by Toasties. When are you going to play Uma Musume Pretty Derby or Helldivers 2 and join the Discord?
Lulu showed me the horse girls. I want to play this. I have to add this to my schedule. Lulu bought me Helldivers 2. I will play the tutorial after this. Let Lulu give my tag to the lamb chops. I enjoy all shooters she recommended me so far.
Yeah, I think I got one of the like generated invite thingies, so I will post it on the Discord server after this. From Swag, how do you like your new form? This is a brand new VTuber model, by the way, chat. Brand new, freshly peeled Major Weeb.
Thank you for drawing my new VTuber. Lulu really appreciates your work and so do I. I did not know I would become a butler with piercings one day, but I feel like I am 16 again.
This is true. When my dad saw it for the first time, he was like, I look so young. I look so young. Why did you make me so young? /positive. Swag says, oh, Swag, thank you again so much for illustrating my dad's model for this. For those of you that are just listening, go check out the video. Go check out the video if there is no thumbnail this time. You guys better. You guys better. Next one is from Luna Aikane. What are your hobbies you like to do in your free time?
I play games now. I am really happy I got to pick up a low-energy hobby when I retired from service. I still am fairly active compared to my friends from work, meaning I did not get fat like everyone else.
Freaking roasted. Roasted! It is true though, it is true. I don't think I've seen any other grandpas with muscles like that. I don't think so. Next one's from AMX again. Does Sheepy drive Arrow just as bad as in games?
I have only been in a car with Lulu one time. It was alright. She is really scared and sits like a crustacean. It does not help that cars are very small in the United Kingdom.
I'm long. Me and my dad and all of my siblings, everyone in my family except for my mom, are over 6 foot. It's hard to fit in anywhere when you're tall as frig. It makes life difficult.
I remember Lulu coming to me crying when she was old enough to make her license in her home country.
Oh no.
She had some really bad lessons and bad teachers and she quit halfway through. I did not care, but her mother was really upset. She didn't want to disappoint us, but she was also a big quitter. I am glad she can drive finally. I thought this was never going to happen. Thank you for bullying her into it.
Real. Chad knows the story. It took me 10 years to get my driver's license. Unfortunately, I had a very bad teacher and I almost hit a deer during my driving lessons. And I never wanted to go back, but then it became necessary. The next one is from Sizable Redacted. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Is the punctuation on this right? This feels like a grammar nightmare. There's so many commas in here.
This username is funny. Why won't you read it? TOS again? Lulu finally found out water rats are not real. Did you tell her? Nobody I know can play Got Your Nose with their children for redacted years. Why did you tell her?
This is the water rat / beaver conundrum I talked about a couple streams ago, where I thought I shouldn't go swimming in rivers because my dad told me there's rats in there that will bite me. They're like water rats and they're only living in the water. I'm not from Australia. My home country doesn't have anything like that. And I think he was selling me on this because he was like, if Lulu ever sees one, she's gonna think a beaver is called a water rat. Do you guys ever get taught bullshit by your parents? You guys ever get told bullshit by your parents and then you live with it? Bruh. Glad I figured it out. The username was redacted. We're gonna keep it redacted. From Dreamcast Nate, can you tell us your best dad joke?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Nobody, I went to get milk.
Okay, this one's pretty solid, not gonna lie. This is a top 10 dad joke for sure. Top 10 dad joke for sure! Next one is is by Shark764. What was the first video game you remember playing? What was your first video game? I got bulged. Not like this.
007 for the Atari. I never owned a TV or console before the Atari, and I am happy Lulu is taking good care of it.
Yeah, it's mine
Video
now.
games have come a long way, but I would not even compare this to Tarkov. I enjoy playing strategy games. The first game I played daily is
Oh?
called Command and Conquer Red Alert. The new computer Lulu bought me has no disk drive, and it took a while to find the game again. It's still good. Atari games not so much.
Oh, damn, roasted. For my birthday, my dad's birthday is in February, so it happened this month. I got my dad a small gaming PC, because every year I kept buying him video games, and his computer is dog shit. So he got a small gaming setup that runs perfectly fine as long as you don't stream on it, I think. But I think this is the first time he's ever owned a good computer. So that thing is full of video games. You can fit so many video games into this bad boy. When I first started making money as a VTuber, I bought my parents a real TV, like a smart TV, so he could watch One Piece. And I got both of my parents tablets, so they could go online and like call me and do stuff. Because I know my mom didn't even own a smartphone back then, so that was difficult. Atari Golf is still fun to me. I still enjoy my Atari games, every single one of them, apart from E.T. I'm glad I got to inherit the Atari in exchange for one PlayStation. What a life. Next question is, are you proud of your daughter? Do you believe in ghosts or the supernatural? And will you become a VTuber? From Grim Reaper.
I am proud of Lulu. I was proud of her even when she stopped talking to us for a while she was figuring out her life. After college, she was very closed off and worked a lot. Now I know why and what she was doing, and I am happy to look on the internet what she has been making every day. It's a baby monitor for your adult children.
It is like a baby monitor. I can spy on all of my siblings. Because every single one of them has some kind of social media. Some of us are streamers. It is true though. I was very, very quiet when I left college and I started working on streaming and working, because I thought my parents wouldn't approve if I got a regular Joe job and then became a content creator.
I do sometimes worry that she does not sleep or eat. I know when she was in Japan she worked this many hours every day, but this is not common anywhere else. She always tries her best, and she is very money driven and wants to retire early. She has come really far and I am glad she is happy. That is what matters most to me, not the money. But I do appreciate the gifts and money.
Me buying my family a pizza on the weekend. Heck yeah. I do appreciate the money. Yeah, I think the 12 to 16 hour workdays aren't for everyone, and working that office job in Japan kind of reset my brain to thinking that you can work this long, but at least with content creation, it's enjoyable. Other than like sitting in an office for extra unpaid hours. I also want to retire early. I think I want to do like 10 more years on an ideal scale. And then I just want to stream for fun. If I get a say in this, that's all I want to do.
I think the answer you are looking for is if I have seen a ghost.
Oh.
No, I have never seen a ghost. I don't watch Lulu's show when she is watching ghost videos. I think they are rubbish. I don't like the voiceover. I think Lulu should do the voiceover instead. Or me. I am a better narrator.
Would you like to try narrating one of those?
Welcome back to Major Weeb's Top 5. Today we are looking at bogus ghost videos I filmed with my shaky phone from 1990. Lulu said I should say chill to the core, but I don't know what that means.
I made him speak like out loud, say chill to the core when I was translating these over the phone, and I thought these were funnier in the original accent, but chill to the core in my dad's voice was beautiful.
I have had what Lulu says are supernatural experiences,
In the
but I
same
do not have
house.
an opinion on them. I like to think about the afterlife. When you get older you think a lot about the people that are no longer with you,
Oh.
and if you will see them again one day. But what really matters is the here and now, not if I will come back in some way or not. Life is about living it, you cannot take anything with you after that. So spend your money on gotcha games and eat as much as you like, with the friends you have now.
This is such good advice. I remember my dad saying you can take none of that with you a lot when I was younger. Whenever I was like, but I want to buy this video game. I'm glad people's opinions change even at older age. That's so sweet. I can't believe today we got Sergeant Dad Shape. It's Major Weep. 07's in the chat for Major Weep. I remember that advice a lot now. Me too. I think it's funny that my dad's no longer, you should spend your money on the lottery. Who knows what could happen. Enjoy it now. And now it's go pull for characters in gacha games.
Lulu made me watch a lot of horror movies. I went
yeah.
to see Silent Hill Revelations with her, and I liked the action scenes, but I did not like the story, or understand much. I promised Lulu I will watch the new movie or play the game if you give her 50 subs today. That's the real sheep tax. Pay Lulu for my suffering.
I love my dad selling out for me. That's beautiful. Chat, Bifty Bifted today. And I'll get us the digital copy of it and we'll watch it together. I could even see if we could get my dad on a Discord movie night for it, if you guys are up for it. I have spammed him to nausea with Silent Hill lore when I was younger, and I still do. Chat 100 gifted, and we finished Crow Country too. Oh my god, not Crow Country! Oh, what about the last question? Wait, I think the last one was, would you become a VTuber?
I am already a VTuber.
True, PNG tubers are also VTubers. Do it for Major Weeb! I'm frightened someone's gonna drop 50. Help. If you were to go to Lulu's cafe, what would you order? And if you had your own cafe with Lulu as your guest, what would you make for them? This is also by Swag.
I like cheesecake and cannoli. Does she have those? It does not surprise me she opened a cafe. We used to get cake every Sunday and watch Beyond Belief and Star Trek. Lulu would eat more cake than me, even when she was only a quarter of my size.
That's brutal! I did, though. I'm not gonna lie. I always eat a lot of sweet stuff. I can't believe none of us have gotten diabetes. Actually, yeah, cannoli and cheesecake on a Sunday is so... This is my parents' house memory. That's crazy. It's beyond belief in Star Trek because it both has Jonathan Frakes, and I think my mom liked that man a little bit too much.
I would serve her the cheapest cakes, or my cafe would go bankrupt. She eats so much cake every time I visit or call. I don't know how the UK still has cake left. She has been there for redacted years, and every time I call she is eating all of them.
It is true. I don't think there's a day where there's no cake in my house. Bruh. Go freaking roasted. I remember my dad visited me when I still lived in London, and we went to like a very fancy schmancy macaroon cafe because he's never had one. And he was like, it's interesting, I would like to try that. And we sat down and all he had was like one black coffee, and he was like, I'm gonna get diabetes here. And I had to eat a sheep ton of macarons to save him. They were delicious. They were delicious. Next question is also from Swag, and it's, can you sing? If you could cover any song with Lulu, what would it be?
I can sing. I have been in a choir since I was young. I don't think that's Lulu's kind of music.
No.
I don't speak English very well, but I would cover a classic rock song with her or something from Sister Act.
I was gonna say, my dad also doesn't speak Japanese very well, so it's a struggle either way. There were like no songs we could sing together apart from Sister Act. Also from Swag, if you could get a meme model similar to how Lulu has a Chikawa and a war model, what would you like? Wait, chat. Is this a good time to go and pull out the Chikawa model? For those listening, this is gonna be awkward because you can't hear it at all. Or see it. Hey!
Before answering this, Lulu showed me Chikawa and the model.
I did!
A car's model, I would like to be a car. Or a truck.
Good job! So Swag, I think we have a new mission. I think we have a new mission! My dad has seen the Cars movie 1 too many times with my siblings, so I'm sorry for the brain damage. Wait, this one was really good. This one was really good. This one is also by Swag. Do you have a favorite meme? And I'm gonna quickly have to pull this picture into here, or this won't make sense.
Yes, I send it to Lulu every time she does not answer my messages. Meme here, it's the goat toast he's sent me for your hand in marriage.
This is the meme. This is the meme my dad likes. This and any freaking variation of goat meme. But why? Why this? Why this?
I am joking. Lulu said I cannot joke about her being married or I will be deleted.
Forever. Instant graduation. Instant graduation stream. Goated. I love that. It's always like memes with no text that make no sense. It's like goat memes, sheep memes, random pictures of cats that he would show to my mom and she would go, "Whose cat is that?" And then we both sit there in awkward silence, just waiting it out. From Simply Derek, what is it like being a father figure to your child, Lulu? She's awesome, and I'm glad I followed your child. Okay, this is a long one, Chad. Buckle up. We're in for a long dad anecdote.
As a father, you never know if you did a good job. You can do so many things by rules and books, but you can only do so much. There are things I regret about raising all my children. I do not think any parent is perfect or made for being a parent. Most animals do not know what a parent is, and people are just animals. Cats and dogs don't think about if they did a good job, they raise their children and then move on with life. People are like that too, but we overthink many things.
This was wholesome and weird. I don't know if that's translated really well. I hope Chad gets the message. That's true though, that's true. Seeing my siblings raise kids, I think it's crazy how much people like learn and misunderstand and overthink stuff. But I can't relate, I only got cats.
I am glad I taught her some things, but after a certain point, that is no longer my achievement. I wish I taught her more about making friends and being social. I had many friends in school, in the army, in my hobbies. Lulu is really shy, none of her siblings are. I remember for her siblings' birthdays we visited an indoor amusement park with a large group.
Oh no. Oh, I remember this.
Lulu was sitting on a bench and watching for most of it. I played Battleship with her until we could leave. She was terrible at Battleship.
I'm still very bad at Battleship. We had to go and play games that we didn't have to bring because they didn't allow board games at the venue. What kind of kids' party was that? Bruh. Sorry, I am crying. Rip. I think it was really sweet that my dad always made accommodations for me not being very social. Even though like my siblings didn't always, and my mom didn't, my dad was always really chill about it. Like if I didn't want to go to a birthday party, he'd be like, "Lol, stay home, watch TV." But this one I had to, because it was a sibling's birthday party. I can't just stay home for it. The next question is from your boy. Who is your favorite video game character and why?
Solid Snake. Everyone should play the Metal Gear series. There are many cool characters in Nikkei and Zenless Zone Zero, but if I had to be one of them, I would like to be more cool.
Are you telling me they're not cool looking? Understandable. Have a nice day. Our last question for today comes from Baby Squirrel in the chat. Do you eat your toast or your pickles raw? I think this was the weirdest one out of all of them.
No. I don't eat toast, I eat real bread. I do enjoy pickled food. I know Lulu has strange taste buds, and I hope those aren't my genetics.
I don't know. My dad eats like those jello things that have meat and eggs and vegetables in them for some godforsaken reason. He will eat like a bread with a slice of salami and a single pickle, and that's a sandwich. Like no top part of bread, no sauce, no mayo, no nothing. It's horrifying. It's truly horrifying. When I visited my dad at base one year, sorry, I thought I had to sneeze. When I visited my dad on base one year, he had this little mini fridge in his room, and it was full of only pickled stuff. One loaf of bread, and then one enormous, he had to take one of the shelves out, like just one long, enormous salami, like dried. Was all he ate in there. The jello salad, yum, ew. Hey, I do that, the jello salad? Why would you do that to yourself? There's real food out there, chat. Open your eyes. This was our last question for today. I did want to thank chat for sending in so many questions for my dad this time. I could tell he had a really good time answering them. He's not a big talker normally. And I think you remember this from the last one, that it took me a very long time to get longer answers out of him. But I really enjoyed this one, and I think he had a very good time too. I want to do another one, part 3, in like a year? 10 months or so? And hopefully in the future, we get to bring my dad on with like a fully rigged model and text-to-speech or translations in some way. Even if we have to pre-record it and cut it together, I think it would be neat. And chat, I hope you guys had a wonderful time on the podcast today. I hope everyone that's listening learned some things about my dad. And if you haven't listened to our previous episode yet, it's in season 2 from last year. I think it's episode 3. Thank you so much for appearing on stream. Chat is so wonderful. Dad, do you have any final words for chat before we close up the podcast for today? Anything you want to say?
Thank you very much for allowing me back on the podcast. I tried to embarrass you less this time, but I hope I can tell more funny stories again next time, in a year or so, if you let me. Thank you, Lamb Chops, for being Lulu's friends. I really appreciate you being here today and listening to me. Thank you, Lulu, for continuing the podcast. I hope your next one has a friend in it, not just your old man.
Our next episode will have another VTuber guest. As I told chat, I really want to bring in some of my existing VTuber friends into the podcast episodes. So I hope you guys are excited. Next time we're going to play a text-based game. And I'll be bringing on a wonderful, wonderful VTuber friend of mine that you guys might know. Thank you for visiting us, chat. Thank you guys so much for having me and my dad for today's episode. And I will see you all next month in another episode of Sheepium Podcast. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you, Turtle Beach. Thank you, Gamer Subs. And most of all, thank you, chat, for your wonderful, wonderful questions. I will see you all in the next one. As always, I wish all of my lambs a wonderful good night. Don't let the degenerates bite you. I love you. You're valid. Goodbye and good night.